Hey YouTube, welcome back to Tinker with Tools. Today we're going to be talking about the new brushless 23 gauge pin nailer from DEWALT. We're going to be going over all of its little quirks and some of the niceties that it has, and we're going to be letting you know what kind of performance you can expect from it. So let's get into that on Tinker with Tools. Alright, so before we get started, DEWALT did send this tool over free of charge for me to review. There is no stipulation on what I say, and they don't get to review the video beforehand, but I just want to make it clear that we did receive this tool free of charge. So previous to a couple years ago, if you wanted a pin nailer, you were really looking at pneumatics. And anytime you start talking about pneumatics, then you start talking about hoses, air compressors. So even though the tool itself is actually nice and compact on a pneumatic pin nailer, by the time you haul in the compressor, have the hose running, everything just gets to be quite a lot just to be able to drive a few pin nails. This is actually on their Atomic line, and it actually is going to be running on their 20-volt batteries. So unlike Milwaukee, which opted to put this on their 12-volt line, DEWALT has kept it up on the 20-volt. For those of you who are already on the DEWALT 20-volt line, that is going to be music to your ears because you're not going to have to invest into something else. So while I think they could have made the tool slightly smaller by running on a 12-volt platform and still gotten pretty good performance, there are some benefits to it running on 20 volts. Instead of the competition, which only gets 750 nails per charge on their 2 amp hour battery, they do quote 2,000 nails per charge on their 2 amp hour battery that comes with this in the kit form. Now the nail capacity itself is 110 nails, which is actually very similar to most pin nails out there. When I first got my pneumatic pin nailer, I was actually bought a lower quality one that was only capable of driving 1-inch pin nails. The Milwaukee one goes up to 1 3/8. This actually allows you to fire up to a 1.5-inch pin nail. Now it does also feature a tool-free ability to clear jams, and so you are able to get in there and do that. And you have tool-free depth of drive adjustments, so you can fine-tune this and be able to get it exactly how you want when you're driving those precise things. You have the double trigger, where if you press the first one down, you are going to get a light down here that is going to signify whether or not the tool is ready to fire. If you do get a white light, you're good to go. If you get a red light, that means you're actually locked out and you're unable to fire the tool. So loading the nails is actually pretty simple. You do just slot them in. They will oftentimes just have an arrow on them indicating which direction they go. And then as soon as you have those back in there, you'll notice the white light comes back on, indicating it's ready to go. Now they do offer you a backup nose cone or nose piece, so you can kind of have a non-marring surface on there. So that pretty much takes care of the basic operation of the tool. Let's get out some different species of wood here, and we're going to fire some of these pin nails in. We do just have some 1-inch pin nails for now, but we're going to see how it does sinking nails on a variety of different surfaces. All right, so I did just grab a couple of different species here to test with. First off, we're just going to start by driving into a pine board. Obviously, on softer material like this, there is no resistance to be able to drive those in. Now, commonly, you might be running into some sort of MDF type trim. MDF obviously being softer, you're not going to see any resistance there as well. If we have something a little bit harder, not super hard, but alder, we can go ahead and see that on alder, you know, it is doing just the same thing. These are a little bit proud, obviously, as we bump up the density of the wood. You might adjust that just a little bit. And so now you're getting it just flush drive just how you want it. So now the hardest woods that I have today, we are going to drive just right here on the end because I don't want to waste all this wood. This is actually a piece of oak. It's just 3/4 inch oak. We're just going to go ahead and drive right into here. Now that one, we actually protruded out the side a little bit. We'll come in just a little bit. In this red oak, it is still driving it down flush. I'm not having any problem. So then if we come and step up to our hardest challenge, which is a piece of hickory that's been laminated together, even on this hickory, it is driving it down past where I need to be. In terms of power and usability, I think DEWALT's got a real winner of a tool here. It's doing everything I'd expect from a pin nailer. Now, it just so happens that I actually do have some small quarter-round trim to install upstairs in a bathroom to finish off a ceiling detail that we did a while ago. And so we'll kind of showcase putting that in just so you can see what an actual install with this is. The nice thing about it is it does come with a belt hook, and being a lightweight tool, you actually are able to just kind of slap it on your pocket or on your belt and take it up on a ladder with you and work in an elevated position. So I'll show you some of that footage now. But when it comes to first impressions, DEWALT has made a really nice tool. Now, is it as small as the Milwaukee? No, it's not. But if you are not on the Milwaukee M12 platform, but you have DEWALT tools, then this is going to be a good alternative. Overall fit and finish is great on this, just like it is on just about every DEWALT tool. And I think they really hit one out of the park with this. So you can actually pick this one up as a bare tool for $249. I found it listed at Home Depot. You can get it in a kit with a charger and a 2 amp hour kind of standard DEWALT battery for $299. So it is coming a little bit more expensive than the Milwaukee. You are getting more capacity with it, so I think there's some benefit there. I give this one a buy recommendation. I think this is a great tool and could be a great addition to your shop or your job site where you have need of a pin nailer. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have any questions or if you have any comments about how you've used this pin nailer, go ahead and leave them down below. And if you like what you're seeing on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure to check the bell icon so you can go ahead and get notified each time I release a new video. Thanks for watching this episode, and we'll catch you next time on Tinker with Tools.